And I'll haunt your nightmares. Little did you know that I like fear. When you turn, I'll be right there. You should be afraid, you should be scared. Out of the darkness, out of the fear, here comes the monster waiting in there. Heart rate is rising, some call it scared. You'll feel the chill start raising your hairs. It's too late, you're here now. I hope that you're prepared, cause there's no getting out. You can feel the energy, dark like a cloud. Electrified by panic, terror and doubt. Don't cross me or you'll learn quick the hard way that I'm not one to mess with. I got a mind and that mind's full of mean tricks. I'll plant a seed in your red where the fear will stick. And I'll haunt your nightmares. Little did you know that I like fear. When you turn, I'll be right there. You should be afraid, you should be scared. We're all alone, you're on your own. It's you and me who's going home. Look up, cause I'm right here. Welcome to a real life nightmare. Slash all your dreams. A demon plays on the leak. You better watch out for me. Mistakes were made, you will see. You should've never crossed me, cause now you'll never stop me. Revenge was my calling. Now you're a dead man walking. And I'll haunt your nightmares. Little did you know that I like fear. When you turn, I'll be right there. You should be afraid, you should be scared. We're all alone, you're on your own. It's you and me who's going home. Look up, cause I'm right here. Welcome to a real life nightmare.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another stream and another episode of Doom 3. Now let me see if everything is working. Hopefully, yes. So before I start with the game itself, I have a few things to say, because I had quite an eventful week, so to say, and welcome, Elior! Congratulations, you are the first! If indeed. How are you doing today? I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. It's Friday. The weekend is almost here. And that's always a nice thing. Even though I'm still buried in work and behind schedule, but that's okay. I am happy to be busy. Still haven't slept? Oh, that's no good. You need to get some sleep. What is keeping you up? Is it something work related or something else? It's always important to eat, drink and sleep. That's what everybody requires to function. Even mine at times. Just haven't been able to get to sleep recently, so I just embraced it. Yes, sometimes that's how it is. And now you're basically nocturnal. Well, I am quite like that as well. I love to be up at night. But it's difficult to manage it in certain situations. Woke up around 8:30 p.m. Well, but that's great timing. 8:30 is perfect. Most would say AM is preferred, but don't listen to the naysayers. Whenever you can get some sleep, try to do, and I know how difficult it is to get your sleep schedule back to normal, so I wish you the absolute best with that. It's difficult because once you kind of fall out of rhythm, you either try to go to sleep earlier but you can't because you are already well rested, or you have to pull 1.5 days without sleeping to get back to the normal rhythm and kind of crash at the right time. So that's always a tricky thing to do. Now, as I was saying, I had quite an eventful week so far, and there are so many things I'm trying to do, so many things I still have to fix, and I'm a bit behind schedule with looking at my past streams and trying to create some clips, and I also try to work on shorts, but let me tell you, it takes a lot of time, especially if you're not really good and experienced at video editing. But all in all, I did fix a few little things, because every time someone mentions or figures out, "Thank you, Schmoozer, for the daily check-in, how are you doing? Oh, with a hydrate, strong start." To those who don't know, Schmoozer is actually in the middle of her birthday subathon. It was her birthday yesterday, that's when she started, and I do believe she started with 12 hours on the clock, and after an 18-hour stream, she's still around that mark. So I said that it would be at least 3 days, and I still firmly believe that, if I can help it. So please, I don't know when Schmoozer will continue, but please check out her schedule and maybe drop by her stream later on soon. Well, you heard it here. Soon you can join Schmoozer on another episode of the special event. I don't know what is prepared for today. I kind of have a feeling Schmoozer is kind of in the same shoes right around now. But Lego! Okay, she is prepared. I don't know how someone can prepare for more than 18 hours of content, but she can. So if you want, you can join her after my stream, obviously, for some cozy Lego building. Yesterday she was playing with a platter of guests, and I do believe she made one of her wonderful crafted ribbon roses and made a... I honestly don't know how to explain it, because she said she would make a star out of paper, and it turned out to be this 3D origami star held together by some unknown force to me. It arrived yesterday during my break. Well, that's a perfect birthday present, so I'm looking forward what you will be building, because I heard that you have multiple sets lined up. So, as I mentioned, I fixed a few things, and one of those things is my little transition animation. You see, I've been using it for a month now, I think, a few weeks at least. You can see it when I change scenes from the starting soon to ending, break and such. And just the other day I realized that it has sound, which is wonderful, except it shouldn't. So I had a bit of a trouble with how to fix that. Little behind the scenes, you cannot mute a transition in OBS. So that was fun, but now it's fixed. Another thing that I would like to credit to Vivian, they pointed out after clipping a short part of my Oddworld stream that the viewers couldn't post Twitch clip links in the chat, so I tried to fix that. I'm not sure if it will work, but if you make a clip, feel free to post it, and if it doesn't work, I will look into it again. And a third thing that was fixed during this time is actually something that I found out about because of the wonderful Seth. I didn't know, I will be honest, that resubscription, the standard subscription and gift subscriptions on Twitch are handled separately. So now I set all of those up, as well as the cheers, so those notifications should work just fine. So those who want to maybe subscribe or cheer, you will get your proper credit on screen, hopefully. If not, I will fix it like I did before. So with that said, let's jump into it. Last time I played Doom 3, it was exactly 1 week ago. Interestingly, not really consciously, I would say, it turned out that Friday is the day when I play Doom 3. It's just how it turned out, and I'm quite happy with that. It makes sense in the schedule. And so last time we played it, I said that today, after I don't even know how many streams, I think 5, we would finally look at the best level of Doom 3, or at least most players, even those who don't like this game, would say this is the best level of them all, because today we are going to hell. So let's see how that will go. If Bethesda.net decides to work. So we finished Data Lab Sector 4. And now we continue.
Welcome to my domain. Behold the shape of things to come. The time has come for the forces of will to escape their prison and drive mankind into darkness. Your darkest fears will soon be realized as your soul burns in hell. There's nowhere to run. I am everywhere, and you will never find the thing you seek.
Welcome to hell. Isn't it a lovely, lovely place? That's normal here, just floating bodies, burning in lava. Yes, that's perfectly fine. Oh, that's a big skull. Well, as you can see, it's a lovely, lovely hellscape here. The remains of the teleporter, which are not working. And you might notice one thing, or the lack of one thing, and that is all of our weapons. Indeed, we do have our PDA and nothing in our inventory except for our fists and our flashlight. So we lost every equipment we had, and we will have to go through hell with the things we find here. Now, there are some good news, because as you can see, the UAC personnel who came here on expeditions, they left some outposts and some equipment that we can use. I really like this detail that it's there for a reason, because why would you have weapons in hell, right? But here it actually makes sense. So we have some clips for the submachine gun, grenades, a submachine gun, really useful with the ammo, shield that we can pick up, health that we don't need, a backpack full of all kinds of goodies, and a shotgun and pistol. So we have already quite a good arsenal of weaponry. Now, hell is an interesting place in Doom 3 because it is chock full of secrets, and this is the one level where even I am not 100% confident that I know all of them. So this will be really interesting. But it is a lovely place. And I can show you a design part of this game that I absolutely love and loved ever since I first saw it. These lovely guard dogs, at least that's what I call them, I think they are wonderful. I would like to have a pair of them in my front door or entrance. Just imagine, you go close and they greet you. Lovely. So let's see if we have anything here. No, obviously we do not want to fall into the lava. And it would be really nice if I could go back. Look at that! What a nice lining! I wouldn't say silver lining, more like scarlet lining, but I like it. look around. Indeed, this is a teleporter. And it is time to start saving because this level is really long. So, let's go. Even deeper. Oh, I'm caged and falling. Oh. Ow. Now I want to show you a few things, however I have to be honest, I'm a bit confused about the sprinting right around now. And that's why I'm getting chewed up here, but that's okay. Oh ho 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 ho, look at that. So, because of the zoomed in camera, it's a bit difficult to see what happens. First, with the teleporter, a cage is built around Doom Guy that falls down here and I assume disappears later on. Now obviously we want to look behind every single wall because you might find some interesting secrets here and there. Yes, Betruger, you can indeed laugh. Really good. So as you can see already, some secrets here. I'm really not sure if I should try to shimmy along here, but I will try. Yeah, I don't think there's anything here, so let's try not to fall into the abyss. As you can see, we are just floating in nothingness. And now this is really interesting with the running, because up until this point, if I press the left trigger, it switched to running, and if I press it again, it stopped. Now I have to keep holding it down, I think, which is odd, especially after playing 19 levels. But in hell, your stamina is infinite. It's actually not shown here, which is odd to me, but next to the unidentified text we should have the stamina bar, and that should be full at all times and burning a bit. But maybe that was once again changed in this version. Now look at this. Isn't this just absolutely gorgeous? Mind your step, by the way. You don't want to fall down. Oh, let's not slide down there. No, you might have seen with the imps, but they have a special appearance in hell. The imps and the Hell Knights. And I will try to show you as much as I can without the running easily accessible. It's a bit more tricky, but hopefully I will be able to manage it. Another thing, so far we only found 2 Hell Knights and killed them with the BFG, which is not quite a great feat. Now I can show you how you can kill one with a shotgun. Hello, old friend. Just like in the old days, 1-on-1. And that is how you kill a Hell Knight, with a shotgun. And that's what I will always love about this game, the fact that you cannot succumb to your fears. You have to fight them. You have to walk right into their face and say, "I will not be scared by you." And if you are able to do that, you will survive this hell. Also, it's a bit hot in here. Medkits. And annoying cherubs. Don't worry. I might have mentioned it before, but I'm not really a fan of kids. So you can see here, ow, that the imp has a kind of burnt, charred appearance, just like the Hell Knight had. A lovely little detail, especially because they only appear like this on this one level. So the developers had to put time into something that you would only see for a very limited time, but I think they were aware of how special this one level is. Now let's get the chainsaw and move forwards. I will try to save more often. One, because I am playing a bit in a risque way to show you certain things, and also because I don't want to make the stream tedious with replaying certain parts. Yes, the walls, they like to close behind us. Ooh, a chain gun. No, it's on a pentagram, so who knows what will happen. Oh, nice room extension. Bit of medkits. More ammo. Ho ho. Quite generous. But what do we get to kill with it? Nothing so far. Just a bit of blood. Oh, ho, 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 ho. That was a really bad spot for spawning in, my friend. Oh yes, I remember you. I just don't know how many there are, honestly. Ow. But I prefer the submachine gun against these lost souls, to be perfectly honest. It doesn't have that spin-up time that the chain gun has. Excuse me? I was talking. What was that? Could you repeat it? Okay. So I managed to get... Hide? I'm not hiding. I managed to get exactly 50 health, so this is perfect. We wouldn't want to waste the medkits. Now let's see what we have. Back to our trusty shotgun. Look at that door design. Absolutely magnificent. Yeah, maybe it's a good idea to check what's behind me as well. Oh ho ho ho. I'm honestly unsure what those are. Maybe souls trying to escape their endless suffering in hell. Oh, thank you for the shield. Now this is an interesting part, because you have to get through this entire place. And you can see that there are these symbols on the ground. And I do believe some of these symbols, when you step on them, they spawn enemies. Or summon them to be in style with the game. Now, you can, I would assume, really cleverly get through this entire part without stepping on any of them. I will do the exact opposite and just stand on all of them. As far as I remember, they make a little burning sound like that. And this is tricky because I do believe they spawn a lost soul. And you might be thinking, well, lost souls are really not that dangerous. However, we are, let's say, quite a unsafe environment. So if the lost soul hits you, you might fall to your doom. I'm not sure where the lost souls are, and honestly that makes it a bit more concerning. I really like the design of the rusted chains, the bones together. I guess in a way, even in the newer Doom games, you have these, which is always nice. I'm quite happy whenever I see some element of the older games appearing in the newer versions of Doom. Okay, so I don't know what happened with the rest of the spawns, but we got one. No, there might be some secret hidden that if you go through this area and hit the signs in a specific order, maybe something happens. I honestly don't know anything about that. So maybe I'm just overthinking once again, like I always do. Nah, you're not doing that. However, I am saving. I think I can override them. It's not a big deal. Oh, there's another one. Okay. Come on. Perfect. Now, time for the second duel of the day. Charge the flashlight just so we can see something. Hello there. Oh, come on. Ah. 5 shells, not so sloppy. It's honestly a bit tricky to move the left analog stick around while also pressing it in. It's a bit weird. I'm somewhat concerned that I will break it, to be perfectly honest. No, I will be honest with you, I do not remember how many shots a Hell Knight is with the shotgun if you're doing perfect shots. I would say 3 or 4, so I'm not that off the mark. Can I get that ammo without the medkit? Thank you very much. We have a lot of ammo. Lots of ammo. Oh, this is better, thank you. Now, let's see what we get next. I do believe we will have a little dance off here. Alright, time to dance. What is it, big guy? Growing old? You're not as fast as you used to be. Ah, you're still alive. Almost caught me there. And I also got caught up in this. But that happens. Let's look around. Just fascinating architecture. I love it. Bit more health. I don't know what they are expecting from me, that I'm dying left and right. Yeah? I don't think it's a good idea to jump in there. Ooh, plasma. Oh, and the plasma gun. On another pentagram. I wonder what will happen if I grab it. Now that was a weird sound.
Death will not be your end. Your soul will burn in hell forever.
You wish. Alright. Ah. I mean, interesting lift design. But not bad. And now we are saving. Even the game knows what is here. And what is here is madness. Because we are getting our hands on the second berserk of the game. And as far as I can remember, the last one. So let's see what we get. Come on. Give me everything you've got. It won't be enough. Oh, just puny imps, that's all you have, Betrüger? Oh, give me something more, I want to fight. Oh, that sounds bigger. Haha! A Hell Knight or two. Maybe that will be enough? Or maybe a chainsaw to your face. Let's see. Did I miss anyone? Oh ho ho! Well, I guess it's time to dance, big guy. Ah ha ha! That's the spirit. Ha ha! That's a real fight. That was nice. They do bite big, that's for sure. Now, after we cleaned out this part, if you know the exact spawn points, I think you can kill all of them within the time that you get with the berserk. And I'm pretty sure this opened up, it really looks like that. Now, since this is a bigger area, I wouldn't be surprised if we found more and more ammo scattered around. So apparently this way that I came originally, this was kind of a dead end. Except there was a bunch of ammo and a half disappeared skeleton. And we have these lovely little symbols leading to that door, which obviously means that something good is awaiting us there. Oh, this is where we came from. Lovely. So we were not that far away. Interesting that I went to the left and not to the right. Good question, why? I would like to say that it's because I am so brilliant that I knew which way I have to go, but I feel like it's also the map design or PDA. And plasma and health and the rocket launchers. Ooh, sexy. Don't mind me if I take one or two. Now what did we find here? At least take a look. As you know, you have been assigned to Expedition 14A2. There are several goals we hope your team will be able to meet while on expedition. Since you are familiar with the discovered tablets, we would like you to find cooperative evidence on the other side of the main portal. Similar writings of any kind should be photographed and collected. Primarily, we are looking to capture several more biospecimens, so this is where those specimens, quote unquote, in the Delta Labs were found and collected. Having already collected many of the smaller imp creatures, we would like to bring back one of the larger ones described by others as a Hell Knight. previous expeditions have reported seeing them at the main portal destination where you will be arriving. Quite reassuring words there. You will have several weapons with you, but we ask that you attempt to use non-lethal force. All of the weapons that we have are lethal, so I don't know what they wanted to do really. We would really like to have a live specimen if possible. I don't know why they didn't just bring traps. Finally, traveling through the portal has caused varied reactions. For our records, we would like you to keep an audio log of everything you experience for us to later analyze. I hope you have a safe trip, Heather. And we have another bit here. Simon. In preparation for your jump next week, I wanted to inform you of another task list item we need to cover. Since the main portal has not been operational for a few weeks, we have not had time to follow up on some of the psychological reports. While on the other side of the portal, pay close attention to your stamina while working and moving around. Many individuals have reported a lack of being tired, and some work constantly without the need for rest. One of the teams has called it the Hercules complex. Anyhow, to help us further our study, please record any additional information related to this phenomenon. Thank you and good luck next week. Earl Bash, research scientist. So this is what I was mentioning, and really nicely it is brought into the tail of the game, which is again something I always praise. Whenever a part or a mechanism of a game is actually explained with the story of the game, sometimes it can feel a bit forced, but I still think it's a great idea to even attempt to do such a thing. Now, with that said, let's see what we have. I'm pretty sure we will not find the storage lockers in Hell, but I wanted to check the PDA just in case. And look at this place. Absolutely lovely. I love the candles. They just really set the mood. And all this orange and yellow amber color, isn't it gorgeous? The flames flickering, the shadows playing on the walls. Absolutely magnificent. Now, if you go for the head, it's a bit easier to manage the fight. Also, this is a trap. So you cannot get back. Once you cross the threshold, you are staying on this side of the wall. And one thing that makes using the chain gun a bit tricky, especially if you want to hit the Mancubi's heads, because they are quite tiny compared to the body, it has a bit of a smoke effect. And sometimes the smoke can really nicely cover the projectiles and you will get shot because of that. It is just kind of how it is. One or two shots hitting you won't kill you, but you just kind of have to keep the rhythm, and even I messed it up here. Oh ho ho! Almost fell in there. Was a bit late with the jump. No, we're not doing that. Oh! Ah! Okay. They are not good at narrow turns, I see, or sharp turns. Well, you obviously don't need to pay a heating bill up here. Ow, where did that come from? Excuse me. I'm looking around, just admiring this place, and then you decide to... Dick. Ah. Ow! Okay, you know what? You get the big guns. More of you! Seriously! Why did that one die so quickly? Well, I'm not questioning it. I accept it. Ammo belt, health, rockets, plasma. Lovely, I can't even pick up the plasma. Now, one thing that I noticed is there were some items there, so I will try to attempt not dying here. Nice, ammo belt. I can't even pick it up, it's so much at this point. Some health and armor. And I assume this little brick piece is here so we can jump back. And indeed I am correct. Now let's try to manage to do this jump this time around. With the crushing down boulder, my trick was always to run into it, and when it rises up rather, you can just run already. Otherwise it's a bit tricky to do that part and cover the entire distance. Now there is a platform there with the other Mancubus. I'm not sure if we could make it there, honestly. Maybe there. I don't see anything there, but I guess we can check, because, you know, it's not every day you are in hell. You might as well look around, take in the sights and all that. Who knows, maybe we would find a little secret that even I don't know about. However, that is higher up, so that is tricky. I can't jump from here because of the wall. And I'm not sure if I can jump here because I would just hit this skull. That would be embarrassing. Maybe like this. I'm not sure if I want to try this, to be perfectly honest, but why not? Okay, we did it. Reporting, there's absolutely nothing here, but we are here. So indeed you can get here. I'm not sure where I want to jump back, because this seems closer, but I don't want to get crushed. So let's try. Ow! Almost did it. Almost did it. Let's see if the other way around works better. I want to check, honestly, to see if the developers even tried to have a way back, or it was more like a don't go there scenario. Indeed you can. You can jump around here. Absolutely brilliant. I don't know when I lost health, maybe just now, but I did. But it's always nice to see that wherever you are, whatever area you see, you can get there. It's so nice. Even though this is not an open world game by any stretch of the imagination, it has a lot of exploration in a way. There's so many tiny details hidden all over the place. Sorry, but no, just no. Also, that is really sloppy. But why is that not straight? That is terrible work right there. I really like the idea of a torso torch, but just put the extra effort into it and put it straight up on the wall. Oh! Haha! I will look around because this feels like a prime trap to me. Okay, don't... Ow! Don't ask me how that imp just appeared out of nothingness. And also, don't point out that one of them killed the other. Because, indeed, they just did. Now this is a lovely place. Wow. Lost Soul got me there. So this is what I mentioned. Now we don't have to do that part again. There wouldn't be much of a sense. So with the Lost Souls, it's not necessarily the damage they can deal, it's rather the fact that they can push you. And that can be quite dangerous. Yeah, if you know where the enemies are, much easier. Oh, there you are, there you're hiding. You little Lost Soul. So what I was trying to say before I got rudely interrupted and pushed into the lava is normally you would go this way, right? You might look in here and see that there's a Lost Soul and there's a medkit there, but actually there's a really nice little kind of secret-ish part down here with some stuff. Someone is not happy about us stealing their plasma gun, apparently. As you can see, there are a few pieces of wood here and the old brick style, so in a way it has this almost medieval look that in a way I would say Doom Dark Ages is trying to capture. So maybe we will have a similar part of hell in that game, who knows. I would be absolutely thrilled to see that. And in a way, as you can see, the architecture doesn't make much sense, but I think that's part of its charm. That things are kind of floating, but they are still put together, and like here, this column, which would normally hold something, it's just broken in half, and one part is floating or just hanging down and the other one is underneath, like the world is shifting like tectonic plates, which is really interesting to see. And here I do believe we find a new enemy soon. My apologies, I'm saving. Oh, you're not a new enemy. You're a Hell Knight. Really? Sorry, I have to deal with the annoying heads first, and then we can have a proper duel. I'm stuck up on a head. Okay. We've managed to do that. Oh, wonderful. 2 Hell Knights. That's the spirit. Okay, this is not good. Okay, one is killed. Wonderful. Where is the head? There's the head. Alright. Alright, I see. I see what you're doing here. Okay, so first... Ow! Don't push me into the door. Okay, step number 1, we are killing the lost souls. Where are the lost souls? Okay, 1 done, 2 done, 1 there is. Next point of action. We open the door. So we can have a proper 2-on-1. Okay. Don't care about the head. Almost. That second head is tricky to go around, but I will do this. I have a pride to protect. Oh. That really hurt. Okay. One problem solved. We'll be here for a bit, but that's okay. I will have my duel, one way or another. It's fascinating how much area damage those shots do. Okay, come back here. Good hand knight. Ow! If I could just turn on auto running, it would be brilliant. Ow. Okay. Open this. Now we go. Okay, this is not good. Okay, this is better. Okay, time to die, buddy. I'm not sure how I'm alive. The problem is, while I'm trying to kill the annoying lost souls, the plasma balls hurt me so badly that I pretty much lose all of my health. Now then, let's do this. Come on, give me a proper fight. That's your best? That won't do, buddy. Ow! I don't know how that hit didn't kill it. I will be honest, I have no clue. Again, the shotgun is not against them. Oh! I'm not giving up just because you scratched me slightly. Come on, buddy. Ow. Ah, those pesky lost souls. They cost me way too much. Okay, half of my health lost. That's okay. Okay, almost got cut up there. There's the head. There's the head. Good. Come on. Give me a fight worthy of a Hell Knight. Ow! -1, really? Here we go. Who needs help? I played this game enough. I don't need no help. No help. I voked hell. Ow! Alright, that's 2 done. Now we get the Hell Knight angry. And now, let's see. 2 on 1. Missed me, buddy. That hurts slightly. Come on. It's just you and me. In hell. And there you go. There is nothing stopping me. Took a few tries, and let me tell you, playing on controller is one thing. My aim is much worse than with a mouse. But that's also because I play this game so much on PC. However, the fact that I have to press in the left stick, analog stick, to run is horrendously difficult. I don't know what that is. It looks like a skull. Alrighty. Let's see what's here. Seems like a nice place. It really sounds like I'm not alone. Sorry, I'm quite picky with my roommates. Oh, what a nice surprise! I would have fought you one-on-one, but apparently your demonic friends don't really like that idea. And you can see... Well, first of all, you can see the wondrous sky of hell. But also you can see that we have a lot of goodies here. Hello there, buddy. Sorry. That won't happen. So you can see there is a BFG cell here. And because it glows, you are kind of drawn to it like a moth to a flame. And normally you can just walk around it and that's it. But if you just look in the right direction, you can see we have something else there. And that something else is a BFG 9000 hidden in the details. Okay, that was a silly idea to even try, but why not? Nah. Let's do this. Get rid of the imps. Get some medkits, some armor. We're done? Okay, we're done. Come on, buddy. Show yourself to the viewers. Aren't you just gorgeous? Yes, you are. That's one. Let's go for two. No. Oh, there's a third one. Well, hello there. My gorgeous friend. Missed me. But it was fun while it lasted. And now let's try to get this lovely gun and not get murdered. Okay, that ran out. That's okay. I don't know why it changed to the plasma gun, because that is not next to it, but I'm happy that it didn't change to the rocket or the BFG. Maybe that's why it changes to the highest level gun like in the original game. However, it skips the BFG because that's really rare, and the rocket launcher, because with that you could potentially blow yourself up. So I guess that's kind of a nice thing from the developers. Now let's save and let's go. Ah, babies! Babies! I know I can maybe show you what I meant with the cherubs. But sometimes when you hit them, they stop for a moment and they pretend to be hurt, to be almost dead. And then they just jump at you. Tricky little things they are. I missed someone? Maybe. More lost souls. Ow! Oh, I know that sound. And look at this! No, I've always been a bit interested in what this is supposed to be. I always said that it's like a pig. I don't know what a pig is doing in hell. We have a caged version, maybe that's limited edition. Maybe they are just smoking some meat here. Am I saying that right? That chain was just floating in midair? I'm not sure if that is normal, but then again, what is normal in this place? Alright, let's see what we have here. Oh! Well, hello there. I have rockets for you. Oh, that was a miss. My apologies. Bit of a cover shooter here. Thank you. I need a tad bit of health, thank you very much. A bunch of ammo that I can't really use now. Anyone here? No? Wonderful. More health, that's lovely. Anything here? No. Alright, and now we do our best to tangle. I mean, we survived. Not my best dance-off, but not the worst. Not sure where that was. There, okay. Alright. It's nice that the enemies can open the doors as well, so you are not forced to walk up to a door behind which there is obviously an enemy waiting for you. Oh, nice little hole there. I'm actually unsure if you can get in those. I'd be interested. As far as I know, there is nothing you can use to get up there. Maybe here. It's a shallow hole. But maybe I could make it mine. Kinky. Nothing here, nothing there. Let's not jump into the flames. I'm pretty sure that would be bad for my health. No, I'm almost sure that there would be nothing in my way here. Of course. Yeah, as I said, nothing. Hello there, buddy. Ow! A bit off the top, I assume, was the idea. Honestly, I never tried to dodge that attack. Maybe I should try. Ow! Okay, that's on me. That's on me. I forgot where I was standing. Alrighty. Let's try this again. Ow! So what I'm trying to do here is try to dodge by crouching down, and with the arm swing it worked, so it might work with the bite. I'm not sure, I never tried. I always tried to just do this back and forth. The running is abhorrent here. I'm not sure what they did. I would need to look at it on PC to know, but it's terrible here. I cannot get up to speed at all. And that is kind of required if you want to play with the Hell Knights like this, so. I'm not trying to put the blame on the developers, because obviously I got out of shape over the years, absolutely. I think that crouching down idea kind of worked. So I'm not trying to blame the developers or say that it's the game's fault that I'm dying left and right. It's more like I'm so accustomed to one version that it's really difficult to adapt to this one.
For every step you take, your soul moves closer to me.
Well,
suffering and pain waits for you.
Oh really? Really, Betruger, you think you can best me? Honestly, some of the UAC explorations got quite far. Now this is your normal kind of equipment you get. However, there is a really nice secret here that I will show you in a moment. And that is, if you go around the teleporter, just like I showed you in the beginning of the map, there is this place where you can just get out. And in this cave, you find another BFG and 2 entire cells. So now we have 4 in the chamber and 6. And now we have 4 in the chamber and 22. So a lovely little secret hidden right before we enter the second boss fight of this game. So let me save. This will be a tricky boss fight. It's not necessarily difficult. I think it will be more difficult for me because of the movement. In this boss fight you really have to be aware of your surroundings and your location, and I'm not sure how well I will be able to do that. 1, because of the controls, and 2, because of the zoomed in camera.
Save us.
And that right there
Will destroy you.
is the Guardian. And those are the Seekers. It's a really fun little boss fight here. It's not just going around and shooting the boss. It's a bit more strategical. So what you have to do, you have to kill the Seekers in order to really fight the Guardian.
And the Guardian becomes vulnerable.
So we destroyed the Seekers, and now we could fight the Guardian itself, because you see the Guardian is blind. So it uses the Seekers to find us. As you can see, they are trying to illuminate us.
Seekers, and the Guardian becomes vulnerable.
And that sound, or voice rather, you hear, and the voice you also heard in the beginning that said save us, that is the Soul Cube talking to us and offering some guidance. So once we get rid of the Seekers, we can attack the Guardian like that. And it doesn't take a lot of hits from the BFG to actually defeat the Guardian, which is a nice thing. I think for the first time when you're fighting the Guardian, it's a bit tricky. You have to kind of figure out the things you have to do. It's not overly complicated. Oh, I was just off the mark there. That's okay. Now you can speedrun this boss pretty much in a few rounds. And as you can see, I'm doing much worse in a way, because I'm trying to really show you the enemy.
Save us.
My guardian will destroy you.
So first of all, you can attack it right away, which is a good little kind of cheap hit right in the beginning. The other thing, which is kind of just implied rather than fully shown, is the fact that the Guardian swallows the Soul Cube. Uh-oh.
Destroy the Seekers, and the Guardian becomes vulnerable.
Yeah, you can stop doing that. So as you can see, if I'm trying, it works much better. Cookie Stealer. And that is the Soul Cube. So if you know what you're doing, it's 2 rounds pretty much. I don't think you have enough time in the beginning to charge up the BFG twice in order to kill the Guardian. Maybe it's possible to kill the Guardian before the fight really even begins. But let's not forget that normally, while I'm looking around the map for things that I can pick up, that normally you wouldn't have a BFG here, because the 2 weapon BFGs you find, and remember that you cannot use the BFG ammo without finding the weapon. The 2 weapons I do believe that you find, one is in a secret behind the wall on the pentagram, and one is in another secret behind the teleporter in the cave. Now I don't remember actually taking a good look at the Guardian, but let's just do that without triggering something. So interestingly, the Guardian is not that huge. I will be honest, I don't remember ever dying to the charge attack. I didn't even really know that it had such a charge attack. Most of the time it either got me with one of the fire balls that are used in the boss fight, or I just killed it. But with that said, we got the Soul Cube. So let's listen to the wise words of those who came before on the Mars.
We are many. We are one. We are the Brilliant Thor. You know us as the Soul Cube. Free us from our eternal prison, and we will help you. Vanquish our enemies, and we grow stronger. Listen for our call, and then free us to smite down the evil.
And that is it. We have the Soul Cube, and I absolutely love the lines of the Soul Cube. So let's jump into the teleporter, and we return to the beginning of the map. We
Destroying evil gives us life and makes us stronger. Unleash us when you hear our call. We will pass the life force to those who stay to you. You will see a great battle. The outcome is not clear. We are the only way to destroy Hell's mightiest warrior.
So these words will be important. Now I will explain them a bit later. But for now, we did what the trigger wanted to never happen. We took the Soul Cube, and we are about to bring it back to Mars. Also a really nice detail. When you wait a bit with the Soul Cube in your hands, it's kind of floating. It does a really nice spin with the blades. Let's wait on that for a moment. I'm trying to look at the lava to have a nice background so you can see how it moves. It's unfortunate that once again, because of the zoomed in camera, you can't exactly see the whole middle part of the Soul Cube. So there it is, it starts to spin around. Now once again we can't really pick up anything because we are just too good. But even though parts of the teleporter are kind of just floating around, it is once again active. And we go back to the Delta Lab Sector 5.
You are too late. Hell no longer needs that portal to enter this world. The invasion you saw was only the first wave. The Hell Gate is capable of sending millions of my children into your world. Soon, the fleet from Earth will be here, and with their ships, we will bring this hell to Earth. This hell to Earth.
Yep, Betruger, yes, that won't happen, but don't worry. At least you have self-esteem, you believe in your dreams. That's good, that's good. The only problem is I'm standing in the way of your dreams, and that's not good on your chances. Now, we are back in actually Alpha Lab Sector 4, as you might remember. But the door we came in originally is locked, that is where Betruger was. And once again we lost all of our stuff. So we pick up some pistols, some machine guns, not the health because we don't need that, obviously. And we can look around to find a way out of here. And that way is right here. Ah, someone had a little snack. And you can see that is the flashlight. Once again, you originally get the flashlight, I do believe, in the little locker that the security guard opens for us in Mars City Underground. However, I don't think in this version we can pick it up since it's not an item anymore. Here we get this one since we lose it once we go through the portal. But once again we can't pick it up. You can take a look at it, how it looked like. It's a really simple flashlight. I'm not sure if we get a flashlight in Hell. Maybe it's just somewhere thrown about near the teleporter, since that map is quite a bit dark. Okay, that sounds reassuring. Excuse me? Uh-oh. This is a problem. Because you don't necessarily want to go toe to toe with one of these guys. So let's try to use some trickery. That wasn't the enemy. Maybe it partially hit, but that was just some human remains, because one grenade will not kill a commando, that is for sure. But apparently two will do the job just fine. And now we can go back. Oh, I don't have a shotgun, that's a shame. So we can go back to the part of the Sector 4 that we already kind of explored. Interestingly, we can get to the next room where Betruger's handiwork can be found. And I'm not sure if we could get the PDA here that you can find on the Sector 4 map. I'm pretty sure no. I didn't know the the skeletons can fall apart, but that's cool. Apparently they can. Let's try to clean up a bit here. It's really a bloodbath. So this is Sector 4. We can go back to the room with the controls or where the storage locker was. So those you can only get on that specific map. But we can go back to this part, and this is really interesting because you might remember this is the loading screen or the end of the map between Sector 3 and Sector 4. This is where we went to the teleporter, and this is where we were teleporting about in the Delta Labs to get around that bridge. And that is a new enemy. It's a new kind of spider. I do believe it's a bit stronger than the normal upside down head spiders we are used to. They also have a slightly different noise, kind of whiny noise. Some would say kill them with fire, but I don't have a flamethrower, so I can't. But holy moly, they are many in number. Anyone else? Yeah? Oh, okay. They are really not good with aiming, but that's only good for me, so I'm not complaining. So this was the bridge we got around, which is lovely. That is the vent. You might remember that we used to get around, and that is where we walked on that little corridor part. There is a door there. I might be able to show it, yes. So it's really nice that once again we get to return to a part that we saw before. Sorry. Now you might see that the soul cube is flashing here. The little icon of the soul cube. And it says its iconic line, "Use us." Now, in Hell, the soul cube explains to a certain degree how to use it. It was maybe a bit difficult to hear because Hell is a noisy place. But the point is that once we kill 5 enemies, it charges up with their... Some like to say that with their souls or just their power, but pretty much you charge the soul cube with your slain enemies, and then you can throw it. It will follow its target, so you don't have to be precise with it. It pretty much can go through walls, but it will mostly, as far as I know, go and hit the enemy you are looking at, so you can target with it or aim with it, and it will deal a lot of damage. As far as I remember, it deals 1000 damage, which is a lot. For comparison, the Hell Knight only has 900 health, and the Mancubus has 1100. I do believe that is the strongest enemy when it comes to health in the game amongst the common enemies, so we are not counting the bosses. I do believe that's the bosses mostly have more health than 1000, but in a normal or veteran run you can only use the soul cube on 2 of the bosses, since you don't have the soul cube in the Alpha Labs or Hell to use it on Vagari or the Guardian. In a Nightmare run it is obviously different, since the Nightmare run is a bit different. But I won't spoil that just now. I am just about to go and help you, my lady. What can I help you with? Okay, you get the plasma. Yes. Now this is a really interesting little detail here. And I actually saw this in a forum post just recently when I was looking for any secrets in Doom 3 that I might not know. I haven't found one just yet. Uh-oh. That's trouble on 2 legs. So this place, we've been here before. I think this is actually Delta Labs Sector 1. Well, at least it says Delta Series Tunnel 1. And as you can see, we have our stamina bar back, so now once again it switches between running and non-running modes. So here, we've been here before. And we have a lovely shotgun here, absolutely amazing. And apparently there is a trigger on top of this box. However, in theory you cannot get on top of that box normally. Now, as I said, it's a secret-ish kind of thing, more like a hidden detail, I think. So I will attempt to do that just for the fun of it. I might need something to reach there. And here I can actually show the normal attack. There is something behind me. The normal attack of the Archvile. Okay, I survived with 1 health. That was close, yeah, that was. Time to use the soul cube. Okay, it went for the bigger enemy. Fair enough, fair enough. Hey, we got a trophy for it. You dead? No, you're not. You dead? Wonderful. So let's try to do this again without the dying part. Bit of a tricky business here. I couldn't try my secret, and that is no good. Come on, open. I have grenades. Actually, not a lot. Not a lot of grenades. Thought I had more. Alright. Alright, spooters. Time to die. The exterminator is here. Wow, you take a lot of bullets. Who will pay for all this, huh? Possibly UAC. I mean, they are pretty much losing an entire Mars base, so I don't think a few hundred bullets will really hurt their budget that much. This quarter will be a nightmare for all of the managers in the company. At least those who are on Earth and survive this. Now. Maybe I should have reloaded before I did that, but whatever. I will. Just tell me what you need, my lady. So, let's make it rain. Yeah, that missed. Ow! That missed. Where are you? I'm pretty sure it's not dead. What are you doing there? That is cheating. Come back. Calling reinforcement is cheating. Oh, I picked up an adrenaline. That's why my stamina is not going down. Okay, understood. Now let's try this again. Hopefully with more luck this time around. So, honestly, I never really tried to kill one of them with a shotgun. But apparently I'm insane enough to do that. So my health is absolutely garbage right around now. But I can use the soul cube. Last time I was a bit lost while looking for it. On PC there was a dedicated button to get the soul cube. Interestingly, I guess the other one last time attacked me because I jumped up here. So as you can see, I hit the enemy and I get health back. So it charges my health back. That's why I used it last time, except I got hit before the soul cube could hit its target, but that's okay. Now let's try to look into this secret-ish part. It's called the lift. No, originally I saw this secret. Ow! I knew it, someone would be there. On the original map of this, or original level of this map, and not here. Oh, Revenant. So nice to see you. You're a bit skinny, don't you think you would need to eat a bit more? So I'm looking for anything that I could move. Maybe this box would be good, just for that. Let's try to not get... Stop! What happened? Where's my box? My lift is broken! My lift got broken by the box! Alright, apparently we're not looking at this. I broke the lift! Yes? What was that? I heard it. I have weapons. Lots of weapons. Anything here? Nothing here, so again, really nice detail. I'm not sure if it's empty because I already took everything from here, or because this is the way back. I would assume the second, honestly. Since you can load the levels without going into the campaign, there are codes for the in-game console, and so you can load any of the levels that you want. Oh, would you look at that? Swan!
Still alive? Looks like you might be on your own. Sarge is gone. They've got to him. I don't know how long he's been working against us. He's no longer human. Campbell went after him. He's got to be stopped. Hell is breaking through in the caverns. If that portal isn't closed before those ships arrive, Earth will be destroyed. Earth. That's what they've always wanted. They were there once. Lost it in the dawn of time. Now it's so close. They can taste it. It's up to you now. Take my PDA, it's got what you need. Good luck.
So this is quite interesting here, how the story progresses, and let me explain that a bit, because I know story is not necessarily the strong suit of any Doom game. I do believe this was the first Doom game where the developers hired a writer to really flush out some sort of a story, which is nice in my opinion, because you don't necessarily have to pay a lot of attention to the story, but if you want, then it's there. You can learn about it through the PDAs and whatnot. Now, in the beginning we learned that Sarge, our boss and pretty much the leader figure in the military on Mars, he was in the Delta Labs when everything happened, and so he made a kind of post there. Now we start to go after Bravo team because that's our job, that's the mission we get, and Bravo team's mission is to send a distress signal to Earth. At the same time, Campbell and Swan are doing their own thing. Now we go through the Alpha Labs, and by the end of it, Bravo team falls, and we find the transmission card, and we get the job to send the distress signal. At the same time, Campbell and Swan are pretty much one step ahead of us. You can see that, for example, at the end of Alpha Lab Sector 4, that they just leave the area where we will be fighting with Wagari in a few minutes earlier, or well, later for us. Now, after that, we make our way to the communication towers, and we have a choice, quote unquote choice. Sarge wants us to send a distress signal and ask for reinforcement. Swan tells us not to do it because it would endanger the whole of Earth. Now, honestly, there is not much of a difference other than the immediate reaction from the game. So if you send the distress signal, Sarge will be happy. He tells us to meet him in the Delta Labs. And let's not forget, and on the other side, Swan will get really pissed about us and just tells us to not get in his and Campbell's way. No, if we decide to not send the distress signal, then Sarge will get really pissed at us, and Swan will tell us to meet him and Campbell in the Delta Labs. So pretty much it's the same thing. We have to go to the Delta Labs, make our way there, and we go through all the sectors. we go to Hell, we get the Soul Cube, we come back. We don't meet any of them in the Delta Labs, interestingly. However, when we come back, right now, we meet with Swan, and it turns out that Sarge, well, the demons got to him, and he went a bit insane. Swan got hurt, somehow, and Campbell went after Sarge to stop him. So really interestingly, even though we had that choice to send or not send the distress signal, at this point it's not important anymore because this happens either way. Now it's interesting that Swan tells us, or just said, that in the caverns, so at the archaeological dig on Mars, the demons are breaking through and there is a portal there, and we have to stop the demons and close that portal. And we have to do it, as one says, before the ships arrive. So you might be asking, well, what if we didn't send the distress signal? Why are the ships coming? That's a mistake. However, it is not. And as I said, it's a bit simple. It can feel a bit cheesy with the workarounds, but it works because it was written in as a kind of safeguard in one of the, well, not cutscenes, but one of the lines of Betruger when he tries to kill us in the waste management part. I do believe it's after the monorail sky bridge, somewhere between the Alpha and the Delta Labs. He tells us that it doesn't matter that we sent, or we rather didn't send the message for reinforcement, because he will. So that problem is solved. I guess that dialogue would be different if we decide to send the signal, and maybe he would thank us for being stupid and sending the message. I'm honestly not sure. But at least in this playthrough, that is how Earth learns about the troubling situation on Mars. I mean, I'm pretty sure they would have sent some kind of ship to check on the Mars facility if everything goes silent for a longer time, but maybe all this happens in a few hours. It's possible. I'm not sure how long really the game is in a way, because you see when we pick up an audio or pick up a PDA, all the audio logs, all of the messages, the emails, they are dated, but those mostly happen before the Hell invasion begins. So I'm not sure how much time passes. I have an idea how I could figure out, but back to the topic here. Because of this, the story works still, no matter what we chose to do or not do. And so here Swan already kind of accepted his fate, and the new mission is to catch up to Campbell and stop Kelly somehow, and then possibly go to the caverns and stop that portal. Now that portal is really interesting because that was mentioned, a bit of offhand mention, but it was mentioned by Betruger. When we return, he says that Hell doesn't need the artifact, the Soul Cube anymore, and the Hell portal will work just fine. And I assume this is that portal he was talking about. So that's a nice touch, in my opinion. The story, even though it's simple, it works, and it doesn't have any major flaws. Now we can pick up Campbell's PDA and talk to him a bit more.
I'm too beat up. I'll slow you down. I'll try to make it out on my own. It's up to you now. I'll try to make it out on my own.
So, in this case, we can actually shoot Swan if we really want to. It's a good question if it would be considered a mercy kill at this point, because he's alive, but without any weapons in this demon-infested base, I'm not sure what the chances are that he will remain alive for a longer period of time. But I will, for now, leave him alone. Ooh. He will still revive in the end. Bravo team will find him. Welcome, Ricky boy. I'm actually not sure. I think actually Swan doesn't survive, but I'm not 100% sure about it. I will be honest. How are you doing today? Let's see that PDA. In the meantime, so we got Swan's PDA. Kinda strange that Doom The Dark Ages is coming and you're playing Doom 3, which isn't a bad thing. I love Doom 3. Actually, I kind of started playing all of the Doom games because of the new one coming out soon, and I already played through the first two. Now I'm playing the third, and if I will have the time for it, then I will play 2016 and Eternal. I do love Doom 3. I think it's a unique title in the series. I understand that a lot of people don't necessarily like it, but because I am a horror fanatic, I find it really nice because it's the closest to a horror game. Platinum Doom and lose on Veteran. Actually, I couldn't get the Platinum trophy in the first Doom game or the second. Those are insanely difficult. Here I might try to do that, but I am indeed playing on Veteran. Also, you're catching up to this franchise. I am catching up in a way. I played the first game a long time ago. I never finished the second before my streams. I might play 64. I played a bit when it came out on PC, but I want to play it on stream as well. I played through Doom 3 and the expansion a lot of times, so I know this game really, really well. With 2016 and Eternal, I played them. I think I mostly finished them, not the DLCs. I never played the two big DLCs for Eternal. They kind of lost me a bit with the insanity at the end, but I try to play all of them because I want to see what they are really really excel at, because I think with Doom, even though the name is the same, the franchise really evolved, and I don't necessarily think that comparing games with more than a decade between them really make any sense. The originals are absolutely amazing to this day, I think. 3 and Resurrection of Evil, I think, were a really good try at making a horror shooter, because even to this day, I can't really name another horror shooter that works to this degree. And the new ones are just really the revival of the action-packed shooter genre, but it doesn't have any horror. So I will never really say that Doom 2016 is a horror game, because you are so overpowered that you start to feel bad for the enemies. But they did say Doom 64 is somewhat connected to Doom 2016. They made it canon. Yes, that's another thing, that even though the storyline is a bit all over the place, obviously 3 is kind of a reboot of the original Doom, and then Doom 2016 seemed like a reboot, but then it turned out to be a continuation. So apparently, based on that idea, UAC messed up with making a marsh facility in the original Doom, and then they did it again just a long time after. So good job at learning from your mistakes, UAC. But honestly, I got a bit confused with the story, what they cooked up with the idea that Doom Guy is not really Doom Guy, but the Doom Slayer, and he's this kind of semi-god or demigod at this point. I have to say that when it comes to the story, I like the originals and 3 more. That is a bit down to earth. But I do like the new ones. I think they are really fun. I really like the double barrel shotgun in Eternal, so I'm looking forward to playing that. The OG are the GOATs. Yes, the first 2 Doom games are really good. I played through the entirety of the first game. The second one, I still have, I do believe, 3 levels from the master levels, even though everyone who joined my stream during my playtime of that said that the master levels are terrible. But there's a trophy for it, so I have to get through, and then if I ever get through all the games, I might play John Romero's Sigil 2, and the other expansions that are official. Agree, I don't really like how low direction they went with to the franchise. Would be better is Hell, was just Hell. Yes, in the first game, well, first Doom 2016 as I always call it, and I still say to this day that if you want to remake an older game, thank you, Betruger. If you're not remaking necessarily an old game, but rebooting or continuing it, come up with a new name, because it's really annoying to say Doom 2016 every single time. And I won't just call it Doom, because I think everyone who is older will think of the original, and everyone who is younger will think of the newer one. But with that, I was somewhat okay with the lore. I didn't really like this idea that Doom Guy kind of stayed in hell and he became this warrior that every demon feared and became the Doom Slayer. I didn't really like the idea that they wanted to rebrand Doom Guy, because he was always Doom Guy for me, so to this day I will always say Doom Guy. The Doom Slayer is just feels odd to me. And then with Eternal, when it was like, okay, there was this Colosseum, and that is where Doom Guy was, and then the Makers, and at the end it's like it's the devil and God, and I was like, what the fuck are you on? And some people might love it, and it's really not the point of the game, I understand. You can absolutely skip the entire lore and not give a fuck about it. You can just play the game and have fun, and that's okay. But I do like story in games, and that's why, to me, let me wait a bit because there's an ad going, so I shouldn't talk while that is going on. Ooh, stuff. Thank you for the stuff. Ooh. I just love these little places in Doom 3. I absolutely love the level design. Already 12 hours into the game. Well, hello there. Missed me. You know, sometimes I feel like I'm just too good. Yeah, maybe I'm too good. I mean, I got hurt, but still. I'm kind of impressed that I was able to do that with only a shotgun. Ooh. Thank you, don't mind me, I'm taking that. Anything here? Not much. Oh, we missed the lab tour. Huh, what a shame. Ooh, it's an arm and a PDA. How useful is that? Let me actually save and check that PDA. It might be something useful. Bruce Jackson. Oh, Martian buddy. Oh, what is this? Drowning in debt? Oh, this will be good. I love Martian buddy. Lost all your money? Job not paying you enough? Woman took all your credits? Don't worry, Martian buddy has got you covered. You can earn extra credit every week by helping us in our direct marketing campaign. It's a scam. All you need to do is send out emails from the comfort of your own computer and rake in the credits. It's that easy. Oh, yes, it is. Yeah, what I like about Doom 3, at least hell is hell and not some sort of other place it used to be. Yes, so for me, what or how I feel about it, and this is absolutely personal to everyone, but the one thing that I didn't like in the newer Doom versions is the idea, what was pretty much the entire marketing, is that it wants to be a power fantasy, like you are this god and you can do whatever. And people and even the developers always say like Doom was always like that. I played the original Doom games, I played Doom 3, I never felt like I can do whatever I want. It felt like I am able to not die because I'm a Marine, and if your skills are really good at the game, then you can do pretty cool stuff. But even in the original games, I wasn't just running into battle without thinking. I was trying to maybe go behind cover and all that. And yes, you can absolutely go like a maniac, just watch any of the speedruns, but I don't think that that was the general player base playing like that. And I can do some insane things in Doom 3. I mean, I went through just Hell and killed pretty much all the Hell Knights with a shotgun, and most people wouldn't even want to go near a Hell Knight because I played this game enough. But in the newer games, they really went into this, like, you are just ripping and tearing apart the demons, and I'm like, that's a bit odd, but okay, let's go with it. And by the end of it, it becomes this entire kind of ethos about the Doomslayer. And I know some people love that idea, that they are this really powerful entity in a game. I prefer when there is a character that is maybe not limitless in power, and they just kind of grow as you play and you get better at the game, and so you feel like you are evolving with the character, and by the end you are this great warrior. But you are not starting out like that, because that way it's like, oh, I'm God, fuck everything. And so I kind of dislike that idea, but I know a lot of people love it. And as I said, the gameplay is great. As you say, Dark Ages looks great. It doesn't feel like Doom to me at all, and not just in the setting, because that's not so different in my opinion. I was just saying that the hell in Doom 3 is kind of medieval-ish, so it can work. They obviously showed that in the DLCs of Doom Eternal as well, but it's odd in a way, because now we're going back in time, and I guess we will be like all godly powerful again. So I don't really feel like there's a curve of some sort, or a character development. Still gotta get it. Yeah, it's a fun game, and I give them that. They were really clever when they made the gameplay loop, and I really think that it's a ballsy move, and it's a brave thing from the developers that they came up with this glory kill system. And for Dark Ages they said, you know what, we made 2 games with it, now we won't have glory kills, we want to do something else. And that's a really nice thing, because it keeps things fresh and it's not just the same repeated thing again. But for me, the story will, in the Doom games, will be always the best in Doom 3. Some could say that the original might be better, but honestly there is little to no story in the original. And I honestly really like the way how Doom 3 implemented the story and put them in PDAs and audio logs. So there was a kind of ebb and flow to the action and the horror, and stopping for a moment looking for a code. It wasn't this run and gun shooter. With 2016 they wanted more of the action, and so you can listen to some things in the menus, but you will probably just miss all of it because you're going and shooting everything. And honestly, half of the time I wasn't even sure what the heck I'm doing. But as a game it's fun, and the arcade mode really highlighted that you don't need the story necessarily, just go ahead and shoot everything and that's fun. But I think that Doom 3 showed that it can be story based, the original games showed that it can be mainly gameplay focused, and with the new games it's like we are trying to return to the roots, because as far as I know, Doom 3 didn't do badly. It was a hit. It wasn't as big of a hit as some might wanted it to be. It gets a bad rap because it's different from the originals, but I will always say that after some 10 years and so much change in visuals, I don't think that the developers could have really made anything that would have been like the original. And as far as I know, they never wanted. They made Doom 3 because they wanted to do something different with Doom. And so I know that in the newer games they never want anything to do with Doom 3 because that's the black sheep. And so it's always like go retro. As far as I know, they included a bunch of skins for the Doom Slayer in Eternal, and there isn't one from Doom 3, for example, which is a shame in my opinion. But I do like it. I do like that they are trying and the franchise is still alive. Giving Doom Guy godlike powers is lame. I think the reason he's so insane because of his PTSD. In a way, yes. I mean, imagine you go through all this either in Doom 1, 2 or 3 here. You won't be sane by the end you finish, and not because you went through hell. The rest is enough. Hello, A-Dot. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream and thank you for the first time chat. I think we've actually been here before. This is actually, I just realized, this is actually that vent of sorts that we climbed through. There was a broken door there, or window. And this is where we went with the Pinky. And we use these elevators, which is lovely, but now we can go here. So this is again lovely design with the game here, that these are parts of Delta Labs that we already saw. We just get to explore parts that were logged for us. And one lovely thing, there will be a Revenant here. One lovely thing is the fact that it really shows that even though these are separate maps, I would hazard a guess that the map designers made these parts all together. And I wouldn't be surprised if they could be lined up in 3D space next to each other, because it's really nice how you get to return to parts and see newer areas. And thank you for that. And this is lovely. This is a terminal that you can download from, but it's really interesting because it says UAC Delta Lab Research 1 valuable sacrificial pointers. I'm not sure if this is an actual UAC document. The pentagram in the background kind of hints that it might not be. But hey, they are giving us some useful information. Maybe the demons. Pointers to remember when opening sacrificial portals. Maybe this is like the one we saw in the administration. You might remember there was that room with the pentagram and the candles around. So let's download this and let's read it. So let's see. Again, this is by no means legal advice, and you should probably not sacrifice anyone and open portals to hell. But let's see what the developers at id Software dreamed up would be a good way of doing such. We downloaded quite a few things here. Okay. Valuable sacrificial pointers. Our time is here. Soon the humans will suffer eternal torment as spoken of in the prophecy. We will feast upon their souls. When opening sacrificial portals, it is important to remember. Number 1. Virgin blood is best. That's not a surprise. I mean, that's just a given. Number 2. Goat blood must be no older than 3 days. Okay, so you can't just use something off the shelf frozen goat blood, okay? Go with the natural sources. So, best if you slaughter it yourself. Entrails must be removed and apportioned either before that or no later than 30 minutes. Okay, so once again, do your job decently. Candles must be sorted by tallest in back to shortest in front, never the other way around. It's really important, because even demons care about aesthetics. What else do we have here? Most important, pentagrams must be drawn from the center to the outside and left to right. So now we know how to properly make a sacrificial portal. I hope this was quite useful. Now then, I love that I went through this map and halfway through I kind of forgot that we have the soul cube. So I'm only on 70% health. And we got the central processing, which is an important map.
Where are you hiding?
So this little cutscene was of Campbell looking for Sarge. Now from the 4 kind of main characters, other than the one we are playing, we have Betruger. He's somewhere, we don't know. But as he said, he's everywhere at the same time. We have Swan. We met him, we left him there in the Delta Labs. He will either survive or die. We have Campbell and Sarge. Now, let's find them as well. This doctor would have been the officer on board of MH370. Poor souls. Yes, in one way, really nice thing in my opinion in this game that it kind of shows a bit more how the people here suffered. In the original Doom games, it's more like part of the decor that bodies are hanging, I guess. Now, I will actually have to look at what MH370 would be, because I do not know from right away. Oh, I was thinking of maybe a movie reference that I don't get, but no, it is not a movie reference. That is a real life tragedy. So, we are in the central process. I'm not done with talking. Shut up. So, here we are. Open security locker. That right there is the security locker. As you can see, we have an armor here, not that we need it. And we have a locker, 452. As far as I know, we can't open it just now. Oh, is that a raid? That is a raid. Someone would open the door to hell. I will not get into politics, as it's against my chat rules. But I think in a way this game or any fantasy, it highlights the part of human nature that is inherently curious, and sometimes that can be dangerous. But really it is shown in Resident Evil games or anything else that sometimes people do things that they don't necessarily should do. As they say, just because you can doesn't mean that you should. Find a replacement door panel. Someone took the door panel. If they have the technology in their hands to make something good and something bad. I don't think that it should be categorized that every politician would be bad or not. And I ask you to refrain from that topic as well. It's more like some people will do good, some people will do bad with the same things, and that's why in many cases it is said that something inherently isn't wrong is the use that it is get put in. I think just in my previous stream the conversation about generative AI came up, and even there I said that AI in itself is not necessarily bad. Generative AI in the use right now is. So we can jump in here, and interestingly I still remember to this day that on top of this little machine there was a PDA in the co-op mode that I used to play back in the day, and it had a really good song on it. Oh, sorry, I didn't want to disturb you during your work. Huh. Even imps are doing a 9 to 5 at this point. Poor things. Okay, so that's where we want to get, and again, it's a nice kind of throwback to the original Doom games that you can see kind of the ending of the map, but you can't get there just yet. Oh, that's broken. Okay, thank you for that. This place is just called Office 2, and I guess this will just be called Office 1. Yeah. They didn't overcomplicate it. Oh shit. Ow! Okay, apparently they can hit. I never really went this close to Archviles before, so I wasn't even sure they can do that. Obtain access codes for Lab A. Oh, it's a code, it's not a PDA this time, okay. What is that sound with the flies? Oh! Okay. Those are not flies. Those are kids. Much worse. Maybe Link's style is kind of rubbing off of me. Not sure. You know, I'm not a safety personnel here, but I'm pretty sure this is a few safety violations in a nice package. Good! Good thing. Sarge is waiting for me. Also, on that note, let's not forget that recently, let me show you, on my socials, I was posting new artwork, and those artworks are waiting for you to check out as well. I only post them at this time on my Blue Sky profile as well as on my Discord, which you can in theory join with the link here. Now what's here? Let's see. Oh, scooters, scooters, many scooters and an imp. Oh no! Ow! Stop! Stop it! This is not good. This is terrible. Scooters! Stop trying to corner me. Alright. What was that? I heard it. I'm on top of things, okay? Absolutely. On top of everything. Oh, really? Okay. Ow. How the fuck are you still alive? Okay. Got it, thank you. So, I think there is a secret somewhere here, if I remember correctly. Oh yes. Open maintenance storage hatch. Utility storage areas for maintenance use only. Secure locker access. And I do believe it's somewhere here. Oh yes, there it is. Another nice little hole with a shotgun and a PDA. Isn't that lovely? Let's check what's on the PDA. Maybe we have the code we need. It is about Lab A, but not the code. Ooh, what is this? Oh yes, this is wonderful. The Martian body. Spam. Let me read this. This is a fun one. Email from Martian body. Subject: increase your penis size. Tired of being a loser with the ladies? Want a more exciting and fulfilling love life? Visit us at martianbuddy.com and find out how. Your Martian Buddy. Oh yes, this is one that I absolutely love. That they went even to this degree of kind of spam that Martian Buddy does absolutely everything. There's no stopping Martian Buddy. Alright, test results. What do we have here? Not much. A bit from the Emperor. And we have Lab A security door. Let's listen to this.
This is the audio log for Tony Bates, Mars Security IT Division, September 25th, 2145. I spent the last 4 hours going through the code for the door systems here in Central Processing. And this is proving to be a real bitch of a glitch to work out. I've traced through every system I could think of, and access to Lab A continues to be problematic for the time being. All the regular access codes seem to be working fine, but the database will not allow access rights to be granted to new visitors. In the meantime, I'm adding a backdoor code into the systems for IT staff and the eggheads, so if they need access to Lab A while the systems are on the fritz, they can use the code 627 to bypass door security. End of log.
627. Thank you. Now, what do we have here? Entrance checkpoint. Oh, that's where we were. Lab A meeting room. Oh, 627 indeed. Now this is interesting because you can find the code hidden in there on a PDA, but in case you don't notice that tiny little button back there, you can also find it here. I think it's the easier way. Lab A entrance, yes, that's where we need to go. That doesn't sound or look safe. Sec 1 entrance. Alright. Main entrance hall. Get out of my face! Elevator access hall. Nothing. Once again, this jump scare works much better if the camera is not zoomed in, because this way you couldn't really see on top, otherwise you would have more area covered with the camera and it works a bit better. But now we know the code and we can go back. It's also nice how this time in the audio log they didn't say 627, they said 627. So it's a bit different, it's more human. Why are the spooters coming from the ground? Call the exterminator! What is that? Oh, yuck. Okay, that's a problem. Oh! No, fuck, no. I don't even know who killed the kid, but I think it was actually the Archvile. And also interesting, a little detail that the Archvile summoned the Cherub? They mostly summon the commandos or imps. I have a feeling I'm not going this way. And how will I get through here now, huh? What you think, I'm some kind of rabbit just jumping across here? What if I slip, huh? Just like this! Come on. What about safety and regulations? Also interestingly, I think during the cutscene the camera goes back to the normal one, so you can see how much it is zoomed in. Okay, let's try to do this again without the dying part. Good. Ooh, would you look at that? I don't know what it is, but it looks yummy. CPU processing. Yes, please. So this is actually, I do believe, where we saw Campbell. And once again, I am hearing flies, which is not a good sign. Come on, kiddos. Where are you? Don't know where you came from. Anyone else? I have plenty of bullets. Okay, so we have an elevator. But I want to check this floor first. Now, I will be honest, I'm not sure. Ow. I'm not sure how depressing it was to work here, even before the whole demon invasion thing. Ow. I'm a bit short on, you know, health. So maybe we should use the soul cube. I think the game is giving me less and less health packs because, well, I obviously have the soul cube, so I might as well use it. Or... oh, come on, we can use the soul cube. Okay, that worked. Wow! As you can see, it didn't fully recharge our health. Yes, yes, Sarge. Oh, rocket launcher, thank you. So, as far as I know how it works, if you kill a smaller enemy with the soul cube, you get less life back, which makes sense. So, it's always a better idea to kill a bigger, more dangerous enemy with the soul cube, because first of all, it does, you know, 1000 damage, so it can pretty much kill anyone with one hit. And two, you get more health back. I think that was the commando that was walking around here earlier. Oh, PDA, nice. And here we have the 627 new security code every Thursday. Alright. Now let's check what we have here. System admin, mail delivery failure. Oh, I remember getting these back in the day. Oh, yes. I don't know why in the code it says hell, but you know, who knows. uacorp.com. I do believe that's also a real website. Let me actually try. uacorp.com. Yeah, it goes to Bethesda, so once again it was a real website, and I do believe I know how it looked. I will show you if I find a display with that on it, because I know it kind of appears in the game. Alright, so I think we got everything here, so we just have to go back, which obviously doesn't mean that things will go smoothly. Because obviously it can't just go smoothly. Alrighty. I would rather be inside of the elevator when I'm getting ambushed than outside of it. This is lovely. Absolutely lovely. It's the maze. Oh, I'm having flashbacks. Sorry, you're not doing that. Also, you could have seen there, I think maybe for a frame, that the soul cube actually comes back to us. And I will try to show you something with the soul cube. That's actually one of the reasons why I even decided to use it. However, because it's empty, I can't equip it. Normally, I guess I have to go around here. So here you can see that those orbs on it are not glowing. When it is charged, the middle one under the 4 eyes, the 2 ones on the 2 sides, and actually 2 other ones under on the other corners are glowing yellow. No, they are green. Unfortunately, once again, because of the zoomed in idea, you can't exactly see the full soul cube. Maybe here in the image you can see a bit better. Not really, but on the bottom part of it there are 2 other circles. There are 2 on the top and 1 in the middle. So yes, it's an interesting thing, and as far as I know, they actually start glowing as the weapon charges up. I will try to kill just 1 or 2 enemies and show you how it happens. Okay, so I killed one. Obviously the soul cube right now is not charged. Oh, yes, you can see it. The bottom right, I think, and the top left are glowing. The bottom right you couldn't see earlier. That was, I think, from the cherub I killed. Right after I threw the soul cube. Sorry about your dad. Stop teleporting. Oh, grenades. Oh, monster closet. It's an empty one. Apparently the imp didn't get the memo. I love how all this is put together. I mean, it's a bit funky there. I'm honestly not sure if it looked like this in the original, because I don't remember that it was this sloppy of a work, but who knows. Maybe it was. Okay, what do we have here? Medkit, not like I need it. Monitor station 1, override warning. That's all good stuff. Alright, anything else? Oh, I heard that. That was a spooder. Don't like spooders. Wow, that actually hit someone. Holy shit. I just threw it. Any more spooders? I have steel grenades. And I have a soul cube in case I blow myself up. So we are back with the trites. The upside down headed enemies. The ticks, I do believe they are called. The more narrow, slim bodied spiders that we fought earlier. In the Delta labs, I do believe Sector 5, even though it's not really Sector 5, it was the end of Sector 4. Those are not present here, apparently. I'm not sure, I always kind of consider them as just spiders, you know, different kinds, but spiders. But maybe they are more different. I thought this was like a weapon case or something, but no, this is just something from Mixom, I apologize. Alright, now then. Up to routing. Alright, let's do a quick save. And see where we get this time. Oh, babies. Oh, well. No, I actually didn't want to go back this much. Ow! Babies! Baby! No, 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 baby. No, baby. Fucking hell, why didn't it close? Stop it! I don't want to be in an elevator with an imp. No, however, we can try something fun. I said that the soul cube can go through things. I'm pretty sure there is a chair right in front of me on the other side of this door. Let's try if it will work. No, it didn't. But it did use up the charge. Oh, apparently the chair just kind of fucked off. Yeah. Alright, let's check. Ooh, Lord. I do remember this place. Lovely place. It's dark. It has a really good atmosphere. Not the best place to be at with low health. But we can fix that with the soul cube soonish. Where did you come from? Or maybe you climbed up from there. Let me see. Anything here? Nothing. Anything here? Nothing. Oh, ammo. Not that I can use it, but ammo. Sorry, but I absolutely heard that, and Ow! I have absolutely no clue what happened there. I think my own grenade was my demise, but honestly, where did they come from? Alright. Okay, babies. Time to go to sleep. Bedtime is here. That's it. Thank you. No, it didn't come from there. I thought it comes from down there. Apparently not. Okay, so where did I get hit from? Behind me? Here? Oh, here! Oh, so one of the imps were right in front of me, I assume. And the grenade blew up in their face and also mine. Thank you! Much appreciated. Stuff. We like stuff. Sorry, but that won't do jack shit against me. It's interesting that I kinda know how much plasma is enough for them. So I'm not shooting until they die. I just shoot a bit and then I turn around, hit the other one, and I'm kind of confident that they will die. Not always, but most of the time. I also like how they resize the same display. And it's the same one, it just feels different because the size is changed. Really nice little detail. Now let's see what we have here. More monster closets maybe? Oh, we're above that place. Oh, nice. And we are here, lovely place, I do remember it. Really cool. Soundtrack. Okay, I think they went a bit overboard with reusing the same asset, but I guess it works. So, that is what we are here for. And I will try to do a sneaky little thing here. And jump up here. Because you see the spooters and that one imp want to ambush us, but they can't really do that in case I'm up here. So haha, shame on you. Interesting that they don't just swarm you, but if you kill one of them, another one will spawn in their place. Wow, I'm just shooting at everything except for the enemy. That's a lot of spooters. Yeah, you would certainly be in some trouble if you were caught off guard. And we have a 669. So let's see. Oh, that's the wrong one. How have you been? I hear things are getting pretty busy over there. Rumors are flying that you guys are on to something big. By the way, I left you some goodies in locker 669. The combination is 468. Sorry, I had to take back the porn video disc. Take care, mate. GB. Ah, not the porn disc. Who cares about the rest of the ammunition? I mean, I'm not sure how useful it would be to have porn right around now, but you never know. Dick. Oh! That's why they spawn like that. Holy moly! Did not expect you here. Uh-oh. Yeah, I love how you kill your own children in a way. Really, really good. Again, really nice that the enemies can still hit each other just like in the original Doom games. And even though we didn't have to open this storage locker, this place still works, just like this one works. Absolutely lovely. But there is a really cool trick here that I will try to show you. It's not a big deal, it's just kind of a show-off thing. When you play a lot, you see it. You can jump on top of that lamp, as far as I know. So let me try to do just that. I'm not sure if it will work, I will be honest, but I will try. Just like this. So you don't have to go down the elevator, because I think if you just jump down, you will take some fall damage. Like this. No, you will not. It's just a little thing to show off how good you are. Anyone else wants to ruin my day? No? Thank you. Also, it's pretty impressive how I killed the Archvile, so I'm pretty sure I went back to 100 health and I was immediately harmed again. Lovely. No. No, 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 I'm saving. I'm absolutely saving. Alright. I really don't want to do this. Ah, shit, I have to. Okay, just don't. Shut up! I'm trying not to die. Okay, so, oh goodness. Just don't look down, just, oh no, 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 that was a bad idea. Actually, the best kind of spot for dying is getting back onto the platforms, because here you can get caught up on something and just fall down like that. Exactly! You see, I obviously did that to demonstrate my point, right? That is what happened. So this time around I will be able to just walk around and not make any mistake, and you see, that's it. That's when I want to be good, right? It's not really if I can be this amazing at this game, it's do I want to be? Absolutely, it's a what is wrong with you? So heavy weapons, we are looking for the heavy weapons locker. I think that will be an earlier one. You have been reassigned to the CPU complex effective immediately. We've had numerous reports of computer break-ins and security breaches there in the last few weeks. I placed a rocket launcher in the cabinet near the security checkpoint. The door code is 571. I know a rocket launcher might seem excessive, but people tend to listen when you point it at them. Be careful over there and remember to report anything odd immediately. Michael Abrams, you might remember him. He was, as far as I know, the security chief. We found the BFG 9000 in his office, I do believe, back in Delta, and he found his demise in the Alpha Labs, or rather the administration during the entire incident. I do believe he was somewhere near where that sacrifice took place that I mentioned earlier, with the candles and all that in the administration. The point after which enemies start to actually spawn in rather than just walk about. And as we see, he left us another gift in the form of a rocket launcher. He has quite a lot of emails here and there, which is nice. 571 is the code. Interesting that the locker ID is not specified. Goody finder! Thank you! I don't know what I did, but I did it and I'm happy. So the code wasn't specified. Well, the code was, the locker number wasn't. It just said that it's near the entrance, and that is enough information for us. And it was to Bruce. What was Bruce's job? General Access Security Guard. I'm not sure if putting a rocket launcher in a security guard's hands is a good idea, but yes. Michael Abrams was quite the security chief, that is for sure. I might need to look into more of his emails. He might have more story to offer, but as I said, I didn't read through all the PDAs not to make the streams really long and boring to anyone. But his office had a really nice trophy as well, with the BFG 9000 and the codes that we need for it. So that was a nice little puzzle in a way. Maybe the only one that requires PDAs from a number of different levels, which is nice. I always like when the developers try new things. And that was kind of a first for this game, when we had to look for earlier PDAs and kind of piece together the emails. What is the code, but one of the numbers is different than in the email. So let's see what is next here. I guess that's all. So we can go here. Delta Authority, General Access. It kind of glitched, broken, good enough. Ooh. Medkit. Uh-huh. Not much. I'm sorry if that was supposed to be a jump scare, it didn't work. But nice try, nice try. CPU core, oh. Oh, I was waiting for one of the imps to kill the other one. I'm kind of waiting for that, but unfortunately it didn't work. Ow. Dick. You did come around. Well, I got a bit further ahead. That's for sure. Well, we're not going that way. But we have a really nice elevator here that I want to show you. It's one, if not the only, elevator with a glass wall. So you can see really interesting things in a moment. And again, nice little detail, the advertisements here. One of them said if you want credits, then you can volunteer in the Delta Labs. And it's really interesting how in the beginning of the game in Mars City we hear about how you can volunteer and earn credits in the Delta Labs, and everyone is a bit, you know, on edge and all this talk about what is going on in the Delta Labs. No one really knows, but the gossip is going around, and then we obviously get there and learn more and more and kind of realize that okay, I know what is going on. It's nothing good. And after seeing all that, coming across these advertisements kind of has a different effect with what we learned along the way. I have to give it to UESC. They use some really properly good piping if it can even survive the lava bath.
Sarge, find him. Gotta find him. My gun. He's got my gun.
Rest in peace, Campbell. And indeed, as you can see,
I killed that pathetic bodyguard. And now I will kill you.
you can see that his weapon is missing and his arms are all bloodied. And this is the ending of this map. Now all of these are closed to some degree, sorry for stepping over you. So we have to go to the next level. Oh, of course not, I'm just joking, there's a secret here. So you can jump down here and look around a bit. This is a dead end on this side, but not on this side. Here you can get into one of the rooms. You can see the two doors that are closed, and I'm getting armor shards along the way. We have a bit of plasma cells, rockets, clips, ammo belt, health, all kind of good things. It's a good place to kind of get some equipment, some resources back. Shotgun shells, obviously we love those. And now we can go to the next level, the main processing central server banks, where we will find our boss as a boss. Now I will stop here for a moment just to kind of summarize things. So, as you can see, we found another main character along the way in the person or character of Campbell. So Swan and Campbell are out of the image or the picture. Only Sarge is well, somewhat still active, but he is on the bad side. So now he wants to kill us. Now in this playthrough, because we double-crossed him with our mission, or really denying to do our mission, when we decided not to send the request for backup to Earth, we pissed him off a bit, so it makes sense that he wants to get us killed. I'm not sure how it is explained necessarily if you decide to send the distress signal, but as I said earlier, Elliot Swan is maybe alive, maybe not, we don't know. We left him there, so when we last saw him, he was alive. Campbell just died in front of us, and Kelly, well, we will make sure that he is good and dead. So let's go. Now this is the...
Waiting for you. Waiting to kill you.
Stop being such a drama queen. So, this is the last stretch of the game. Oh, thank you for that. And here, really, anything goes at this point. You can use whatever gun you want. You pretty much have them all. You have the soul cube. And you will get all sorts of enemies, from small to big. Yes, I kind of saw the bullets flying about and I was wondering what that was about. Alright, let's load up. I ran out of stamina. So here you can see that we got machine gunners or chain gunners, imps, spiders, revenants, all kinds of enemies. And we found some grenades. So at this point it's really good to use the soul cube, and also why it's nice to have these smaller enemies, because as you could have heard, it recharges the soul cube. As far as I know, all of these doors are closed anyways, so we don't really have to worry about them, but I will check them. Either way, I'm not sure why these spiders are stuck here. Again, I will say that it is either a mistake of the port or the BFG edition, because I do remember that back on PC in the original version I had no such trouble. Here, want a rocket? There's a rocket. Now let's see what we have here. Yeah, I think what is happening is the map is kind of cut up into parts, and if I'm not in the same area as the enemy, then the animation is not played and the enemies kind of freeze in animation, or their default kind of pose to save on resources. So I think it's more like a porting limitation maybe, or maybe it is just something of a remnant from the old engine, because obviously back in 2004 you had to be a bit more careful with how much resources you dared to demand. It has such an odd sound. Also, I'm kind of running out of space here, so if you don't mind. Uh-oh. Sorry, I need some help. Okay, it did get one. I was a bit worried that because they were teleporting, I couldn't hit anyone. Also interesting how the Archvile, I guess while he was on the way to me, spawned a bunch of wraiths. So yes, we have 100 health here as well. We could have used that, but I mean, this shows that necessarily you don't need to. I burned through a bunch of ammo now, so that was a bit careless, but then again I have plenty, and I know the area quite well. The only thing you have to be careful about is if you want to make the boss fight later on this level easier for you, then you want to keep it charged during the end part of the level. That was enough? Really? One clip from the chain gun is enough to kill an Archvile? I thought they had a bit more health, I will be honest. Okay, let's get this. And we are done with this part of the map, and I do believe there are 4. And now I can show you one of the most brilliant parts of this game when it comes to design. I don't know who dreamed up this place, but we can call the bridge and you will see what I'm talking about. It's fascinating. I love this bridge. It's so... I won't dare to say unique, but it's such a great idea. And it's really clever how they put the cacodemons here, because obviously it's a big, nice open place. You have plenty of space to fight with them. No biting. No biting! So that's really nice. Now we can go to 4 places.
Security clearance denied.
Okay, we can go to 3 places and one of them is where we were, so we're not going there. I'm not even in the door. I mean, seriously. Like, look at it. I just stepped through the door and they are already on me. Thank you, thank you. I will go in here. Ow! I got whiplashed by a tentacle. Buddy, what the heck are you doing? Ooh, a torso. Now, fun fact, you can see that there. We will get that in a moment, but first I want to show you this place. So as you can see, you can kill the spiders even with just the shotgun, because the shotgun has the necessary damage and a decent enough spread, but as you can see, it can be tricky and you might die, which is obviously not a good thing. Coke can with physics, lovely. Shells, clip that I can't use. Once again, someone was learning about how to load a shotgun, which is really important. I mean, in this game, that's maybe the most important thing. Always keep your shotgun loaded and at the ready. Health! Wonderful. I honestly have a feeling that I will die here in a moment. I'm kind of concerned about that. How in the fuck did you survive that? Did I call it? Yes, I called it.
Warning.
That's okay.
Bridge in motion.
I got a bit too lazy with my weapon use. I stopped using the shotgun for some odd reason.
Select bridge destination.
And that wasn't a good idea. So you can see you can kill absolutely anything with the shotgun. You don't need anything fancy. I'm curious if that is dead, because if it is, that means that was a 2-shot. Don't bite me. Yeah, I think that was a 2-shot. That's not sloppy at all. Again, I can't kind of have my... I was worried the bridge would go further. I kind of have my go-to weapons with every kind of enemy. And most of the flying enemies I try to deal with either with the submachine gun or the chain gun. But some sort of, that was a mistake to pick up, some sort of automatic weapon. What the fuck are you still doing there? Get your ass up here. Need to kill you, I don't have all day. Okay, seriously, the AI was not this fucking stupid. Ow! That hurt. Yes, yes, could you do it any slower? Thank you. Yeah, this time around I would like to not waste half of my health on nothing. So if you're really evil, you can do this. But that's only an option if you're really evil. Come on. Of course, now I can kill them without a problem. Me and my self-fulfilling prophecies. Really nice, you can destroy the glass. And here you have a video about how the BFG works, and really interesting little idea that what happens is in one thing is it can decide who is your enemy and who is not, which is really interesting. And there is a chip in every blast, in a way, every cell, and so it hurts every enemy in a certain radius. So you might have seen when I shot it up, maybe against the Guardian, because there were multiple enemies there with the Seekers.
I can smell your fear.
You wish you could. So, there you might have seen that the primary blast, the ball, had these little kind of strings attached to it, and those went to the Seekers because those get damaged as well. So even if you miss your shot, it deals some damage. Now I said that we would go there, and this is how you do that. You just break the glass, you can clean it up a bit, like so. And then you just need to run and not miss the jump. And here you go. As far as I know, you cannot jump up there from anything because it's too high up. Maybe this is here so you don't take fall damage, I'm not sure. But it's another nice little detail. I remember that I played this level fairly often because it was one of the checkpoint levels in the co-op mode, meaning that when every player left a server, it would go back to one of the standard kind of maps, and this was one of them. So we did this part. We got the PD I guess we need, but now we go to the storage to get some extra equipment. Sorry, buddy. Oh! Okay. Wow! I did not expect that, I will be honest, but luckily enough I was still quick enough. However, I hear something. That's a really odd sound for a ball. Thank you. So let's see what's here. There was also a PDA, I do believe, somewhere here in the co-op mode. Memories coming back from all those years ago. I might be able to one day show people what that co-op mode was like. But that is strictly on PC with the original version. Uh-oh, this might be problematic. Sorry, I'm out of... Ow. Cells. Well, for the moment I have to refill. Alright, that's good. So that's why you come here. Yes, you waste some time if you're speedrunning, but you get a lot of good stuff. And honestly, at this point you have so much ammo and so many different weapons that it's not a big deal to deal with these enemies. Okay, apparently nothing here. We blow that up to make it safer, but I just realized I was waiting on something to spawn in there. No, that's not what happens. You come in here and that imp might blow you up with it. So it's kind of a clever trap set by the developers. I do like that. Once again, it's just a nice trick because it gets you wondering, like, should I blow that barrel up or drum up? But if something spawns right next to it and it looks like a prime spot for spawning something in, it would be useful to blow it up with it. But then you're going around and maybe you go in. If you decided not to blow up the drum, they might do that for you, and then you're not in a good spot. Alright. Well, heard something there. Now the soul cube is fully charged. I'm not sure if I missed any health packs here. I would prefer full health, to be perfectly honest. Oh, the Revenant had a little snack, nice. Apparently nothing. That's a shame. Anything here? Nothing. Yeah, our chain gun is full. I mean fully full. Well, I guess there's only one thing to do now, and that is to go to the boss. Now, this boss is interesting. I do believe Kelly has about 1,600-ish health. And as far as I know, you cannot get the BFG before this fight. So our biggest weapon for now is the rocket launcher. No, let me correct myself in a way. You can get the BFG obviously before Hell and then in Hell, but you lose those. So after you return, you can get it before this point. And with that said, I will try to defeat him the old-fashioned way without the soul cube. With the soul cube it's really easy, because you can take more than half of his health. That's really easy to do. I will try to do it the difficult way now.
Security clearance accepted.
Also interesting, this is lower down, so you can see as this entire monumental bridge goes a bit down. You've been saying that for a long time. Just because you say it often doesn't make it true. Alright, full health, thank you. And the disc, I do believe that disc actually has the video that we saw about the BFG. Fun fact. Okay, so what do we have? I can go with the rocket launcher. No, the BFG kind of balls, energy balls, are pretty similar to the Cacodemon's shots. They both are projectiles and you can shoot them. I guess in this case the idea is that it hurts you when you are close to it. So it doesn't have to necessarily hit you. You don't have to be in its blast. However, if you destroy the chip inside of the energy ball, then it just kind of dissipates. So you can destroy the projectiles in midair, and that is what you should do. So machine gun is really useful for that, or the plasma gun, I guess. The rocket launcher is just nice because it can deal a lot of damage, but I will try to go with this lovely machine gun. Chain gun.
Welcome to the mess hall.
So there you can see that is Callie's new form. And I'm already in trouble. And I'm in big fucking trouble. Ow. So yeah, it's not an easy fight and I will have to figure it out a bit. Fun fact, when I last played this game on PC, the original one on Veteran, the only one time I died was against Callie. So it's not necessarily a difficult fight, but you have to be careful with him. And also it does not help that the aim assist keeps pulling my target back onto Callie instead of the BFG projectile. So that's kind of a problem, because here I'm not moving and you see it goes always to the left, back and back to the left. Bit annoying, I have to say. Okay, so I know there are a few things you can pick up around here, and that might be important to us. Let me get the rocket launcher out. Get a good head start on this. You have to be careful because he can hit you. Okay, that was nice. Ah! I fell into a hole. So with the rocket launcher, it might be easier. However, I will have to be careful with the BFG balls because I might run out of ammo, and that's a problem. So I always have to keep myself nice and loaded. Oh! Shit. Wow, that was it! That was easier than I thought. You're not my boss. Wow. So those open up with a bunch of health. Thank you. And this opens up with armor and such. I'm not sure if these would open up normally during the fight. Now here you can find some things, and I was trying to go for this health, and I think there was a big health there. as you run around. However, you have to be careful because these platforms open up, and that's how Callie can go around here. But you can always fall down when they close, and also these get electrically charged, and I guess that can hurt quite a bit. So if you want to play around with him more, I guess you can just hide behind these, even though you still get hurt by the BFG blasts. With the first blast, the game kind of helps you a bit, because I was shooting the rockets at Callie, and it still destroyed the BFG charge. The second one I kind of got lucky. It was when he gets here. And... sorry. Gets here. Back where I started. And then I shot him there during one of the tries, and I realized, oh, that's when he shoots for the second. And I got one here. I think I destroyed that. Here I just ran away because I messed that up. And I didn't want to show my back to him, and then again I shot him and I got lucky, and it also was the moment he shot the BFG charge and that exploded. And so we got the BFG. It's lovely how it explains what the BFG is at this point, because in theory, if you are not finding secrets, this is the first time, and I do believe when I first played this game it was the first time that I picked up the BFG, and he's indeed not our boss. We can take a look at him. It's quite lovely. An amalgamation of man and machine. Quite something, as the skin and flesh and bones are twisted and wrenched around this tank. It's quite a sight to behold. But we defeated him, and we can go to the end of the level, which is right here. Oh, a bit of extra equipment and resources for us. And we can go to Site 3, which is the beginning of the end, and also the beginning of the archaeological dig. Lovely. And I do believe I will stop here for today. We got through a good portion. Again, we got through Hell, and we got through Delta, and then the data processing levels, which is really nice. And now we are in the dig site area, which is the last. I do believe it's around 4 levels, and the last level of the game is really quite short. So I will save here. Ooh, I saved a lot in Hell. We certainly died a few times here and there, but I do believe it was quite fun to play through this part of the game. And let's see what kind of trophies we got. I think we got a few, at least 2 that I remember. Yeah, the Cookie Stealer, defeat Guardian boss in Doom 3. We indeed defeated the Guardian. And You're Not My Boss, defeats Sabaoth boss in Doom 3, which is the name of Callie's boss. Quite a sight with that face. Ooh, that's something. It's nasty, and with the the kind of flame effect. I'm not even sure on the left of the image, on that robotic arm. I'm not sure how that kind of smeared tube is that really like that on the arm, or it's the explosion effect that kind of disturbs the vision of the camera here. But it's really nice, and you can see the BFG right there in its little holder, and that falls down, and the player gets the weapon for the last time in the game, the ultimate weapon. In a way, if you can say, or man-made weapon, the BFG 9000, and we obviously have the Soul Cube now, which is an ancient artifact discovered. I'm not sure if it would be man-made. I think it's kind of a Martian piece of technology that was buried somewhere deep underground. So with that said, let's see, anything else? Ready for action, yes, get the BFG. Unarmed badass. Oh yes, we got this one in hell. Nonetheless, kill 20 enemies with the fists, melee hands in Doom 3. That's nice. We are an unarmed badass. Now obviously, I would assume, I'm not sure, you get most of your kills with the Berserk. I don't think there are 20 enemies in the Berserk areas. You get a few zombies in the first one. Well, not a few zombies, but quite a few zombies. And then you get the imps and the Hell Knights in hell, but those are the only two places where you get the Berserk. As far as I can remember, you can actually change the weapons when you are in Berserk, but normally you go with fists only, because you can't really be hurt and you are just insanely overpowered. I mean, I think I killed the Hell Knight with one punch, so we do at least 900 damage. Maybe it's 1000, a bit like the Soul Cube, I'm not sure. But those enemies we can find with the Berserk pack, they just go down with one hit, pretty much. A Mancubus with 1100 health, they might survive if it's 1000 damage, but we never get one of these pickups or power-ups in those areas. Obviously, you could work around that with the console and just spawn in this item or spawn in an enemy and pick up the item, try it out yourself. But I think I got the 20 because I killed some of these zombies with my fists. I kind of feel like that. I'm not sure. Maybe if you kill everyone in the Berserk areas and you don't run out of time, which is not really difficult in the first one, except you might stop and wait for the Berserk to stop and kind of run out of juice before you go up the stairs, and there is a chainsaw zombie that you can also kill. In the second area you can run out of time like I did, but maybe if you kill everyone you would get the 20, I'm not sure. It's not necessarily a difficult trophy, but I'm not sure that it's necessarily unmissable if you're just playing the game and not trying to get these. I mean, I wasn't trying to get it, but I do silly things like have box matches with zombies and the likes. Yes. So what else do we have? Goodie Finder. Open all storage lockers in Doom 3. Now this is actually surprising to me. I didn't know this was the last one, because we are not at the end of the game at all. But apparently this is the last locker in the game. It's surprising to me, because we still have 3-4 levels ahead of us. I'm not sure if there is a trophy for maybe getting all of the discs, because obviously we found a disc later on in front of the room with the Calibos fight. We found one about the BFG. Maybe, I'm pretty sure we will find one about the Soul Cube later on. So yes, that is maybe another trophy that is for later on. But for now, I think we are quite good. We finished a good portion of the game, got 4 trophies apparently. I will double check just for the certainty of it. And then we will raid someone, and I think I know who we will raid, and that person Oh, no, we got 5. My apologies. My apologies. We got 5 trophies. I missed one. I missed one indeed. Where is that? Apparently it's not really rare. Here it is. That was close. Kill an enemy with 1 health remaining in Doom 3, Resurrection of Evil, or Lost Mission. Indeed, this this was close, and I'm quite surprised how common this is. I mean, people got this after like 10 or so levels, apparently, maybe a bit more. But interesting how common it is to survive with 1 health. I mean, sometimes I died with -1, so yes, it makes sense. But we also got that really cool one. So 5 trophies today. And with that said, let's go and raid, given that the person I want to raid is live. Yes. Yes, they are. And that will be the wonderful Schmoozer. You might have seen her in the chat in the beginning of the stream. As I said, she is doing a birthday subathon, the 2nd day of it. And I hope you will have a wonderful time watching her stream. Right now, as she said earlier, she is building some Legos. So that will be a nice cozy thing after so much Doom 3. And I will return to this game next week. Hopefully finish the base game Doom 3, and then we can start playing Resurrection of Evil, which is much shorter, less than half of it, and then Last Mission, which is even shorter. I do believe that's only like 5 or 6 levels. So with that said, thank you very much. I will return to working on many things, and I will post my next week's schedule on the weekend. As always, you can check out my social media or my Discord server for that. But until that, I wish you all a wonderful day, and as always, good night.